Hello there, grade 1 students. How are you doing? I hope you're doing great today. Welcome back to our science class. I hope you will have fun today and learn at the same time. So what is the day today? Today is Monday. It's March 23, 2020. So before we start with our lesson, you have to prepare first your science textbook, your pencil, and your eraser. Do you have all these things with you now? Then you are ready to start the lesson. So our lesson is how to use energy. To continue with, open your books on page 17. At the count of 3, you should be on that page. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Could we say again the lesson objective? Alright. Can you say it with me? I will observe how energy is used. Let's say it one more time. I will observe how energy is used. So I mentioned yesterday that we use our 5 senses when we observe. So what are our 5 senses? We have our sense of hearing, sense of sight, sense of smell, sense of taste, and our sense of touch. Very good. So which of these senses do we use when we observe how energy is used? So let's try to find it out as we continue with our lesson. Are you ready? That's great. Let us have a quick review first. Let me see if you still remember what we discussed yesterday. Do you still remember what these are? Wow, you have a very good memory. Yes, you are correct. These are giant wind turbines. Now let me ask you this question. What makes the wind turbine's blade turn? Very good. Yes, you are correct. Wind. The wind makes the wind turbine's blade turn. I've mentioned yesterday that the wind makes the blades of this giant wind turbine turn. Aside from that, I've also said that the stronger the wind blows, the faster the blades of the turbine turns. Do you still remember? Please keep that in mind. To continue with, today we're going to talk about energy. Can you please read the word? Very good. Can we spell the word? E-N-E-R-G-Y. Energy. Do you know what an energy is? Let us look at these words that we need to know. The first word is electricity. Can you repeat the word? Very good. Let's say it together. Electricity. What is electricity? Electricity is a kind of energy. Kind of energy. This means that there are other kinds of energy, and electricity is just one of them. But what is energy? Can you say the word? Let's say it together. Energy. Energy can cause change or do work. So there is a change when we have energy. We can do work when we have energy. So when you always feel tired, do you have energy? You don't. So where do we get our energy? We get energy from the food that we eat. So if you want to feel strong, if you want to be energetic, then that means that you need to eat good food. These foods are the nutritious food, the fruits, the vegetables. You drink milk, you eat yogurt, you eat cheese. Do you get energy from chips? No. So if you are in your classroom and your teacher asks you to write something and you don't write anything because you say you're tired, do you have energy or you are just lazy? When your teacher asks you to open your book and you don't, and you say that you're tired, do you have energy? You don't. So when you are lazy to read or do the things your teacher asks you to do, will you be able to finish some work? No. So it means you don't have energy. So for you to have energy, you need to eat good food. All right? So are you energetic today? Do you have the energy to study today? That's great. So did you eat fruits? Did you eat vegetables? Very good. All right. So do you still have energy? Are you energetic? Very good. Because you need your energy to do your first task today. So I'm going to ask you to do something. And you have to do this as quickly as possible. So what's the first thing that you're going to do? Switch off the lights in your room. Did you get it? Switch off the lights in your room. All right, do it now. Quickly, do it now. What happens? It gets dark. Can you still see yourself? Are you ready for your second task? Very good. All right. Do you have a lamp in your bedroom? Okay. If you do, turn on the lamp. Don't switch on the lights, okay? Just turn on the lamp. What happens? It gets bright. Why is that so? So when you turn on the lamp, there was a glow. Now what made the lamp glow? Very good. Yes, you're correct. It's electricity. Electricity makes the lamp glow. The lamp will not glow without electricity. So even if you turn on the lamp 100 times, 1,000 times, yes, even for 1 billion times or 1 trillion times, if there is no electricity, the lamp will never glow. So you see, electricity is a very important kind of energy that we use. But did you ever wonder how electricity reaches our homes? Let's find out as we go on with our lesson. Alright, so before we continue, let's look at these pictures first. Do you know what these are? Alright, so let's look at this picture. This is your power line. Can you say the words? Very good. Power line. Have you seen a power line? No? Sure? We can see power line along the roads, or we can see them in the mountains. So you haven't seen one? All right. So power lines are very important. They are of great help on how the electricity can reach our home. How about this? You find this where? You find this in your home. So we call this your wall outlet. So this wall outlet is also very important so that we can use electricity. And of course, we know this very well. This is a house. So how come electricity reaches our home and we can get electricity if we use a wall outlet? Let's move on. So are you ready to know how electricity reach our home? That's great. Now please listen carefully. First, electricity is generated in a power plant or a power station. After the electricity is generated, it will travel from the power plant or power station across power lines to people's homes, schools, shops, or businesses. Then the electricity will flow from a wall outlet and through an electrical cord to lamps, televisions, and other electrical devices. So we have seen a photo of a wall outlet a while ago, right? Yes. So in our home or in the school, in the shop, you can find wall outlets. And they are very important. Why? Because the electricity will flow from them through an electrical cord. All right? And the electricity will then go to the lamp, the televisions, and other electrical devices. So what are examples of electrical devices? All right, every day you use this. We have your mobile phone and your best friend, your iPad, right? So these are examples of our electrical devices. We can also find some in the kitchen. So we have the stoves, we have a kettle, we also have our washing machine, which we use to clean our dirty clothes. And we also have our vacuum cleaner, which we use to clean our house. So there are different examples or different electrical devices that we can find in our home. So if the device is plugged in, an on or off switch may control the supply of electricity. So in the first task that I ask you to do, I ask you to turn on the lamp. Oh no, it's not the first, it's the second. I ask you to turn on the lamp. And when you turn on the lamp, there was a glow, right? Why? Because there was a flow of electricity. So when you turn it on, the switch can control the supply of electricity. But in the first task that I asked you to do, you turned off the lights. It got dark. So why did it get dark? It's because you control the supply of electricity. You stopped it. That's why it did not give any glow to your lights. Do you get it now? Okay, very good. Now let me show you another presentation on how electricity reaches our homes. So here, it shows that electricity is generated in the wind turbines. Do you still remember our lesson yesterday? Great. So we learned that wind turns the blades of the wind turbine. When the blades get the energy from the wind, the moving parts inside the turbine will move. These parts are connected to a machine. This machine is a generator. It changes the wind energy into electricity. This electricity then will travel across the power lines. It will be carried going to our homes. When electricity reaches our homes, we can plug in any electrical device on our wall outlet so we can get the supply of electricity. Do you get it? Very good. That's great. Now put a hand on your shoulder and say good job. If you want to know more about how electricity reaches our homes, you can check this link on YouTube. So because of generators, we can use electricity. Electricity is a very important kind of energy that we use in our everyday life. Do you agree? Yes. So because of electricity, we can do many things. We can do a lot. So what happens when there is no electricity? So think about this. What are the things you cannot use or do when the power in your home goes out? Well, I know this doesn't happen often here in Riyadh, but what if suddenly there is no power in our home? What are the things you cannot use? Or what are the things you cannot do? Alright, so of course, you cannot play Fortnite, right? And I know you will be very sad if you cannot play this. What else? You cannot watch YouTube. Oh no. You cannot watch TV. You cannot watch your favorite programs. What else? You cannot watch your favorite movies in Netflix. So it's so sad, right? there are many things that you cannot do when electricity or the power in our home goes out. Alright, so this time I want you to focus on page 17 of your textbook. Look at the bottom part. So let us try to answer this. So this refers to the cause and effect. So when we say cause, it is something that's the reason why something happens. All right? So write what happens if you turn off electricity to the lamp. So the cause is the lamp has no electricity. Okay? So what's going to happen? What will be the effect? While you are thinking, please prepare your pencil because you need to write your answer on the page. Alright, so are you ready? So what is your answer? Okay, very good. So when the lamp has no electricity, obviously the effect will be the lamp will not glow. Alright, why? Because there is no supply of electricity. Okay, very good. Alright, so this is an important thing for us to remember. Only a small amount of electricity made in United States power plants uses wind power to turn the generators. So we can use the wind to make electricity, but please remember that not all generators use the wind to generate electricity. Alright, so there are other ways to generate electricity. Now that you know that electricity is a very important kind of energy, what do you think is the most important use for electricity? Alright, so we use electricity to power computers. We use electricity to power the projector, which we can use in the classroom. We can use electricity to power our rice cooker, and there are many more. Alright, so if you still have other ideas on the important use of electricity, you can write at least one in your copybook. Okay, so I'm going to check that tomorrow. So let's end our lesson here for today, and I'm going to see you tomorrow.